And we're here with another episode of Conversations and Connections. We're the official podcast of the Family Crisis Center of East Texas. I'm Stuart Burson. I'm the prevention coordinator for the agency. With me today, I have Risa Walker. She is, and Risa, what is your exact title at the Boys and Girls Club?
So I am the unit director for the Lufkin Boys and Girls Club.
Okay, so the unit director. I didn't know if it was director or unit. Okay, so unit director of the Boys and Girls Club. Just kind of give you a little bit of backstory. At the Family Crisis Center, we've been doing something weekly with the kids at the Boys and Girls Club. Oh man, I don't know how many years now, because Risa, it was before you even came on board.
I've been here for 6 years.
So
it's been for quite a while.
So it was even before that we started doing some stuff at the Boys and Girls Club on a weekly basis. And the other day I asked Risa if she'd mind coming by to just kind of talk about what's new at the Boys and Girls Club and things like that. So Risa, thank you so much. I appreciate you agreeing to do this. I just kind of popped in your office last week. No, this week. Hey, I'm doing a podcast. Do you want to be on it? Come over.
Yeah, I'm free.
And you were awesome. You were awesome. So Risa, first of all, just kind of tell me, what is the purpose of the Boys and Girls Club? How do they serve the Lufkin community here?
So the purpose for the Boys and Girls Club is to try to find like a safe and educational place that kids can go either like after school or during the summer also. Mm-hmm. So we're trying to focus on all the kids. But our age range is 1st through 8th grade. We are looking into like expanding it into our high school kids because we do have some of those kids that are going into high school. Their parents still want them to come. They still need our services. And then we try to also make it a little bit more, our price ranges are affordable for our parents. So say like you have multiple kids, parents can't afford the really high fees that the other after school programs are offering or like the other summer camps. So we work with Medicaid to offer discounts to those families who have Medicaid. So that way all their kids are able to come and it's at a reasonable price. So pretty much we're just trying to have like a safe and fun environment for the kids to be in while their parents are working. They don't have to worry about, if their kids are being fed or if their kids are being well taken care of. We're all CPR and first aid certified. We go through trainings throughout the year. I'm in a training now, actually, for trauma response. So we're going through multiple trainings to make sure that we are equipped to be able to handle kids in different situations.
Yeah. So a little bit about the Boys and Girls Club. What programs are offered? Like if your child goes to the Boys and Girls Club, what can they expect?
Okay. So for one, it's not a program, but they expect to come and leave with a smile. But we offer arts and crafts. We do STEM. We do, it's the DIY STEM. We have homework room throughout the school year. And then throughout the summer, it's called Summer Brain Game. So with that, they do a lot of stuff like on the internet. They're trying to, of course, if you hear of homework room during the summer, you're like, I don't want to be here. Like it sucks. So we try to just keep them up to date on their on things that they learned throughout the school year. And our coach is so amazing inside of our homework room. She comes up with different things and try to get them to think outside the box, not knowing that they're actually working their brain and actually doing homework, but she's trying to get them to think outside the box, so that way they're not focused on, oh my goodness, I'm learning, this sucks, but I'm actually learning.
Yeah.
So we do our triple play, we have Torch Club, we have Keystone, we offer our Youth of the Year, which is something so great because we actually had a Youth of the Year that won last year. Or actually this year, he won this year. He went to Washington and he actually became the spokesperson of Boys and Girls Club in Florida back in September. So a lot of things, a lot of different things that we offer throughout the club, and we do it every single day. So the kids are like a routine. It's not, oh, Monday you go here, Tuesday you go here. Mm-hmm. It's always the exact same thing, which actually helps with the kids because they know, oh, when I come in, I know first thing, if it's 10 o'clock, I'm going to arts and crafts. If it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm about to go to the gym and play. I'm going to have fun. And then we also offer swimming throughout the summer too. So our kids get to go swim every single summer, every single day. as long as it's not thundering or lightning outside. And a lot of our kids actually learn how to swim just by attending the Boys and Girls Club and going swimming. We actually had seven first and second graders that learned how to swim this summer.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So their parents
Yeah.
was like, oh my goodness, at least I don't have to pay for swim lessons. And I'm like, yeah, just bring them here and they'll learn how to swim.
Yeah. So I think it's really great. These kids, they come there, first of all, for a lot of parents, daycare is expensive.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, daycare is not cheap.
No, it's
And
not.
and I don't want to equate Boys and Girls Club necessarily to a substitute for daycare.
Yeah.
But I think what you guys do goes above and beyond that.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Because you are having them do their homework. I've been in the rooms. So just kind of a little backstory. Boys and Family Crisis Center. Myself. Standing thing every Tuesday afternoon at 4:30. I'm there to talk to a specific group, and I like that I get to concentrate on one group of kids for the whole semester. It's not necessarily just a random group every time. I can kind of develop that rapport and that relationship with these kids, and I really like that. And I do see the things as I come in the room and start setting up. I see what these kids how they are being helped with their homework and the projects that and sometimes I almost feel kind of guilty because I'm like interrupting their fun little project that they're working on or something like that. So I think it's just a great opportunity for kids who may not have an alternative. Because like I said, daycare is pricey. And speaking of price, is it a flat rate for everyone? Do you go by someone's income? How does that determine how much you're going to charge a parent for their child to go to Boys and Girls Club?
So actually what it is that so our fee is $100 an hour. $100 an hour. I'm so sorry. Our fee is $100 per kid. So for the first kid, it's $100. Any kids after any like additional kids is $75. But like I said, we work with Medicaid. So if the parent has or if that child has Superior or WellPoint, Superior and WellPoint will pay for $75 worth of that membership. So since the first kid is $100, you're only having to pay in the remaining balance of $25. And since the second kid is the $75, the Medicaid already pays that $75. So therefore, like, your kid's free. So I tell parents all the time, I'm like, if you have 20 kids, all 20 of your kids can come for $25.
Right.
And that's for the entire school year. So that's from August until May. And then the same thing for like the summer. And then like during the summer, we do get like a different group of kids. So we get kids from like Houston, we get kids from Zavala, Huntington, Central, because their parents work down here or they're either down here visiting family. So This is like where they can come. And it's the same thing. They have Medicaid. It'll cover it, same price. And that is from the day after Memorial Day in May until the last Friday in July.
Okay.
So, and that is from 8 to 5.
Okay.
Also.
Yeah. So you mentioned kids coming from other areas around Lufkin. I think it's good to point out also, besides Lufkin, the Boys and Girls Club of Deep East Texas. I know y'all have a clubhouse in Nacogdoches, Diboll, right? St. Augustine. Those are the ones that immediately come to my mind.
We have one in Silsbee and then another one in Polk County.
Okay. So it's not just Lufkin. So if you're listening to this and you're in Nacogdoches, there is a Nacogdoches Boys and Girls Club there as well. So, Risa, just a little FYI. I am old enough to remember way, way, way back in the day that it wasn't Boys and Girls Club.
No?
It was the Boys Club.
Oh, yes. The Boys Club is what it was.
It was just
before.
the Boys Club for the longest. And I don't know when it became Boys and Girls. But it's nice to know that they have included the girls for, decades now, I know, but because I remember when I was a kid seeing commercials on TV for the Boys and Girls Club, and there was Their spokesperson was O.J. Simpson. No comments there.
Yeah.
But I remember it was the boys' club,
Yeah.
right? So I mentioned us here at the Family Crisis Center going over there every week and working with these kids. What other agencies in the area come there to do something with the kiddos?
So we also have FAYS, which is part of DECOG, is Family and Youth Services. They come, they work with their kids. And this right here is I'm just going to tell you like year round. Also,
of course, yeah.
We have the Junior League. They come out, they do a week with our kids. They do a thing called Camp Get Fit, which they get kids moving. They show them how to make like healthy meals around the house. They teach them about how to like plant flowers, different fun things. The kids actually love it. And then we have the Coalition comes out, ADAC comes out. We have 911 specialists. They come out.
What is
911 specialists?
Yeah, what are they?
So 911 specialist is also with DECOG too.
Okay.
So it is Miss Kim Rogers. She comes out. She brings Cell Phone Sally, and Cell Phone Sally is like 7 feet tall.
I've seen Cell Phone Sally
Cell Phone Sally.
At different events. And things.
So she's trying to teach the kids like when to call 911. Why would you call 911? Reasons on that. Like basically what 911 does, what they can help with, like around your house, or if you do call them. And then we also have East Texas Food Bank. They come out, and I know I'm missing like a couple of them, but those are the only ones.
Well, I just kind of get an idea that, and I think again, it's a cool thing that you have other community agencies out there that come and do something with these kids. So I know specifically whenever I talk to the kids, we're going to do things about healthy friendships, bullying, staying safe online when they're playing games, consent, things like that. Why do you think, as the unit director, why do you think that's important for young kids to start learning about those things?
Honestly, technology rules our kids nowadays. Ever since COVID happened, the kids are like stuck on their cell phones. They're stuck on their games. And I'm guilty of it too. My son plays Fortnite all weekend, and he's in love with it. And I do not know how to get those voices off of Fortnite. And I've never been like really big on like the phone or about like games and stuff like that. So just being able to like hear someone else tell you these things, like, hey, this is what you need to watch out for. If you hear your mom say it all the time, like, oh, my mom's just being a mom. But if you hear other people like continue to bring it up, they're like, hey, well, like maybe this right here really is a big deal. Maybe I should listen. And like I said, they're just going to think, oh, my mom's just being my mom. She's just trying to tell me what to do. But if they hear it from someone else, they're like, okay, let me take his advice. Let me take her advice and go from there. Which it helps because, kids, they're kids. They don't know. They think everyone's like innocent nowadays, and they don't know whenever, hey, like, and I've walked in on some of the sessions you've been teaching the kids, and you're like, hey, we do not give our address out to anyone. And I'm like, yes, that's very important. So, when a kid's asking like randomly, like a mom's, they're always busy, and they're like, hey, what's my address? And they're like, hey, what's my address? And the mom's like, oh, our address is blah, blah, this and that, because mom's doing 11,000 things.
She's just
going to tell you, she's thinking that, you're trying to learn what your address is, but to actually know, like, hey, maybe someone on the internet is asking for my address, and a kid, without knowing that knowledge, they're going to be like, okay, let me give it out. But when they do know it, when you come in and you're talking to them about it, they're like, hey, no, you should not be asking me for my address. Let me go tell my mom. Let me go tell a trusted adult. So that right there is really important. Like I said, like, technology is ruling our kids nowadays. So they need to know what to look out for, and that not every person is a good person.
I think whenever I do that specific presentation on staying safe online, I like to point out to them, I think I'll blow their minds when I tell them that I'm a gamer. As old as I am, I like my video games. And I always tell them, look, I'm not just some old man standing up here telling you, shaking my finger, talking negative about video games. I love my games. And I want them to know, hey, I know, since I'm a gamer, I know what I'm talking about. Yes. I know what Fortnite is. I know what Roblox. I know what Call of Duty is and all of that. So, and I hope they latch on to what I say because, oh, well, he's, dare I say, one of us.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, but you know what I'm saying. The hell, he knows what he's, he kind of knows what he's, what that whole world is all about. Um, well, one of the things I was also wanting to talk to you about, I'm assuming you guys are a nonprofit agency.
Yes.
Right. Where do you get a lot of your funding? I mean, is it grants? Is it donations? Is it like us, a combination of everything?
It is actually both. We do a lot of donations. So we actually just did a Dine to Donate last night at Texas Roadhouse. So
okay.
We actually just had a fall festival, and Texas Roadhouse came out to our fall festival. They passed out free kids meals, so parents were able to use those kids meals for their Dine to Donate. And we set up a table. Texas Roadhouse had donated a free dinner of 2. So anyone who wanted to put in for a raffle, which we will actually pull that raffle here once all the kids get here around 4 o'clock, we'll pull that raffle, see who the lucky winner is, and you could have put in any amount. Whatsoever. You could put in 50 cents. You could put in a quarter. It doesn't matter. It's just anything. And then 10%. So when you mentioned Texas Roadhouse last night, 10% of your food purchase went to Boys and Girls Club, and it was actually the Lufkin Boys and Girls Club. So we do a lot of donations, grants. Also, we have a grant writer. Her name is Shelly. She writes all of our grants for us. She's fabulous. We're actually trying to figure out what it is that we need done in our club within like the next year. So we're trying to see what it is, so that way maybe there's something she can write a grant for. So we do get a lot of grants. We do a lot of like donations, and it's random donations. Like we will have people who will just randomly come and drop off like any old clothes that they have.
Well, and that was my next question: is if someone wants to donate, if they want to make a donation, I don't know if you can tell me right now off the top of your head, but if someone wants to make a donation, what are you in need of the most? I don't know if a monetary donation is best. If someone wants to donate tangible things, what does the Boys and Girls Club need?
Art supplies are always a big one. All of our club members love art supplies and love arts and crafts, and you'll be surprised how many of our older boys, like 8th graders, enjoy making bracelets. So art supplies is always a really big one. We go through so much paint, so much canvases, there's paintbrushes, there's construction paper, just anything.
Right.
Like I said, our kids love making bracelets, so that's a really big one. We buy 10,000 beads, and by the end of, we just bought some. I'm pretty sure by December we'll be out of those 10,000 already. So it's just so much. But like I said, arts and crafts is a really big one. All of our kids love it.
Someone like, I've been working with you now for a number of years, and obviously you have a heart for this type of work. What got you into this? What got you into doing what you're doing now?
So actually, it was just I never thought that I would work at Boys and Girls Club. Before I came to the Boys and Girls Club, I actually worked on in the oil field. And I know it's so crazy.
Wow.
I got pregnant with my son, and then I moved back home, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to live off my savings here for a little bit until I basically run out. And that's exactly what happened. And my cousin worked at Boys and Girls Club, and she was like, come apply. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know about working with kids, which I had it in the back of my mind that I was going to go to school and be a teacher. So I'm like, I don't know about working. Like, I wanted to work with babies. Like, kindergarten was my age. Yeah. So I'm like, oh no, those kids are older. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm scared of them. And I started in May of 2019 as front desk. Did that. Okay. And after summer left, I was like, I love Boys and Girls Club. And it was so crazy because we have each kid has their own membership number. So I wouldn't know their name. I'm like, hey, 462, come here. And it was so crazy because as soon as they come in, I'm like, oh yeah, that's club member number 3. That's club member number 218. Yeah. So I know them by that, but I didn't really know their names. So after the summer came and passed, I was like, you know what? I'm tired of being stuck at the front. There was so many like fun things that we did throughout the summer. We had like watermelon eating contests. We had hot wings eating contests. There was times where we would do like staff versus kids basketball games. We would be outside, and I'm like, I'm stuck at the front desk. I can't see anything. I'm missing all the fun. So I was like, you know what? I want to get moved to arts and crafts. So got moved to arts and crafts, and then did that for a few months, and then I got moved to the game room. So I was in the game room, which a big part of like the game room, you also get to help the front desk. So
Okay.
I'm like, oh yeah, I worked front desk during our busiest time, which was summer. So went to front desk, and then COVID hit. So right after COVID, I ended up we had where we couldn't accept no more than 100 kids in the building. So I had a group. And I was like, you know what? I want to work with babies anyways. Let me just take the youngest kids. So I took our first and second grade kids. And how it was is that we had to rotate each room every single day, and we had to do different things. So like 1 hour you're doing STEM with the kids, you're doing arts and crafts with the kids, you're doing gym with the kids. And I'm like, golly. So just imagine a gym coach trying to do homework with the kids. It was not good at all. He's like, okay guys, hold on, let's see if we can get this together. So I did that, and I was like, you know what, I really miss being at the front desk. Let me go back. So went back to front desk. I ended up getting promoted to a assistant unit director, which is called a program director. So I got moved up to that, and then I got offered dog ball. And I told them no. I said, no, I don't want to go to dog ball. I'm going to miss my Lufkin babies. I can never imagine leaving them. And I was like, you know what? Let me take it. I interviewed for it. I got the position in dog ball. I was in dog ball for about a year and a
And I
half.
think that's where I first met you because
Yes.
I used to also go to die ball as
Mm-hmm.
well.
Yes, I was in dog ball for a year and a half, and golly, I never thought I could love any kids anymore. Those kids in dog ball were so respectful. Like they would say, "Yes, ma'am," "No, ma'am," and I'm like, "Oh my goodness, where, like these kids still have manners." I didn't think this was still, possible these days, but they were so sweet. And then I went on maternity leave, and while I was on maternity leave, I got offered Lufkin again, and I said, "You know what? I'm gonna take it." I was so heartbroken to leave my dog ball kids, but Lufkin was like basically where my heart was. And I was like, you know what? I'm going right back to Lufkin. I've been in Lufkin since September of 2023. And I can't ever imagine leaving, like ever. And it was so hard. Like even when I was in dog ball, I had some of my Lufkin parents
Yeah.
bring their kids to dog ball. And me and Celeste, which was my cousin who had offered me the job whenever I first started, I basically followed her to each club she was at.
Yeah.
Right after she left, I was right there, and we had this plan, and we was like, we're gonna get all these, like, we're gonna boost Dollball's numbers back up. And I said, you know what? Yes, we are. My first summer in Dollball, we had 201 kids registered in Dollball.
Wow.
And I was just like, oh my goodness, what is going, like, I have chills just thinking about it now. I'm like, oh my goodness, like, what is going on? Like, this is my first year being a unit director, and I have all these kids going from where I want to say, like, the summer before, I want to say she had like 100 and something, and it was really hard. Like, we're trying. Double is such a small town, so like we're trying to get these kids in. We're trying to show them, like, it's not just like a place where people send their kids. Like, we're doing fun things. We're taking the kids to Astros games. We're taking them to the Texans game, the Rockets game. Like, we took them to main event, to the aquarium, and this is all like throughout the school year. Like, this isn't even just, oh, this is a summer thing, we're going to go here. We just took a group of kids to Louisiana Tech University to a tailgate. They got to do a workshop. We're taking next weekend. We're going to do a fundraiser at Buffalo Wild Wings where the kids get to go and wash cars. So I'm like, it's just different things that, being like on the outside, I'm like, oh my goodness, Boys and Girls Club does this. Like, this is so weird. I never knew. But no, my heart and soul is with Boys and Girls Club. I cannot ever imagine leaving. Even when I'm like I said, I worked and dodgeball. I remember lifting bleachers 9 months pregnant, like getting the balls out from underneath the bleachers, because I'm like, okay, our kids are going to come in and there's balls underneath these bleachers. I'm about to go on maternity leave. It's like, I need to make sure everything's good. I'm like, I'm on maternity leave. I go back the next day. I'm like, guys, I miss y'all so much. Like, please come back. And even when I was on maternity leave, I was still there. I'm like, I need to see y'all. Like, I can't go without my kids. I'm like, please call me, please. And I will tell Celeste, I'm like, FaceTime me when you get a chance so I can see my babies and tell them that I miss them.
Oh, that's sweet.
And it's so sweet. Like, I mean, just seeing them like out, like in the stores, and my son had a field trip the other day, and it was to a pumpkin patch. And I'm walking in and all I hear is Coach Risa, Coach Risa. I'm like, hi guys. Like, how are y'all doing? Like, I don't know who's speaking to me because it's so sunny outside. But I'm like, hi. And they're like, Coach Risa, I saw you and you didn't say hey to me. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, sweetie. I'm so sorry. I thought I did. But no, I love these kids, just seeing them like outside. Boys and Girls Club. I'm like, oh my goodness, it feels like I'm back at work and I got my babies around me again.
That's awesome. All right. Risa, thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate the work that you do out for the community. I appreciate you allowing us to come over there to the Boys and Girls Club every week and do something with these kids. And we're there every day. Not every day. Every week during the summer also.
Yes.
When you have the summer program as well. And I really enjoy doing that. And then it's nice, when I come in and you have these kids remember you. Hey, hi, Mr. Stuart, how you doing? Or I remember you, and things like that. I just really, I really dig that. All right, Risa, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Risa Walker, she is the unit director of the Lufkin Boys and Girls Club. And Risa, real quick, if somebody's interested, if they want to enroll their kid next semester, how do they get a hold of the Boys and Girls Club?
So our phone number for Boys and Girls Club is 936-632-3301. And we actually do registration every single day. It does not matter.
Okay. All right.
Some people register in March, knowing that we close in May.
Okay.
So it does not matter. Just come by and fill out our paperwork, and we get you in the next day.
Awesome. All right. Thanks a lot. Risa Walker, Lufkin Boys and Girls Club. Also, I'd like to always close out with a reminder, if you feel like you need the services of the Family Crisis Center, we have a 24-hour toll-free hotline. That's 1-800-828-7233. Also, be sure to subscribe to Conversations and Connections. You can do that via Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and pretty much anywhere that you get your podcast. Remember, be the voice, if not for you, for someone else.